Honeywell beating estimates by 7 cents with adjusted quarterly profit of $2.10 a share, also raising its full-year forecast. Joining us right now in an exclusive interview to talk about the quarter and his economic outlook is Honeywell's chairman and CEO, Darius Adamezyk. And Darius, thanks for being here this morning. The numbers, it looks like, beat on every metric that I can see. You're also raising your guidance for the full year on a lot of different metrics, too. That's pretty counter to what we've heard about the coming recession and a slowdown. What are you seeing?
Well, good to be with you, Becky. Obviously, we're very pleased with our Q2 numbers. I mean, like you said, we beat on every dimension, and our market exposure is actually very favorable. If we think about our top two businesses, that being aerospace and energy, we actually see very favorable trends. As you mentioned, our orders were up 12%. Our backlog is up 12%. So a lot of these headwinds that others are seeing of us being a little bit more long cycle oriented, we're actually seeing a pretty strong environment. And there's a lot of debate out there about whether or not we have a recession coming. But in my view, as we look at a couple of our top markets, namely aerospace, energy, building technologies, all of these we've shown very robust growth in Q2. And I expect that to continue independent of what may happen to the broader economic conditions.
How much of what you're seeing is just because of this huge surge in travel demand after a shutdown in travel during the pandemic?
Obviously, some of that is attributed to it, but whether we look at sort of the OEM manufacturing rates, which are going up, they're all trying to go up, whether it's business aviation or air transport. Obviously the air miles are up. But let's be honest, I mean, we're nowhere near where we were in international travel yet, and we don't expect that to fully recover until 2024. We're going to be at the 2019 travel levels for narrow bodies probably in next year, and for wide bodies in 2024. So although we've had some tailwinds in terms of air travel, we think that there is still more ahead. And obviously, as I anticipated, private aviation has been a big winner, too. That's been up substantially, both on the air miles flown as well as the build rates and order rates for some of our customers.
Darius, one of the big questions has been this issue of inflation and how much that's going to eat into people's profits. One of the things I found interesting is that you're raising not only your organic growth numbers and your adjusted earnings per share, but also your segment margin, meaning you think you can handle higher costs coming in, or meaning you think inflation is slowing down?
Well, I mean, inflation has been something that's been tough to deal with for a while. I mean, we have to remember management teams have not had to deal with inflation at this level for probably 30, 40 years, really. And it's a new playbook for all of us. So we've been trying to adjust our costs, our pricing base to make sure that we're covering. I think we're doing a reasonably good job at that. Our commercial excellence programs, our mix is also favorable. So we're really trying to manage all the levers we can to continue to grow the top line and grow the bottom line at the same time, which frankly hasn't been easy in this environment because we're trying to really understand where the inflation is, where it's coming from. I would just point out that one of the key transformations for Honeywell the last 3 to 5 years has been our digital savviness, particularly in terms of how we operate the company. And right now, I can tell you exactly what the inflation is for any one of our 37 business units. And that level of precision and data availability is really helping us run the business much better. That's really what's been the big enabler in terms of running the business and understanding what we're facing.
What unit is facing the highest inflation number, and what is it?
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing things anywhere from 8 to 15%. I would say some of the base chemicals, some of the aluminum that we're seeing, ethylene has been high. So probably PMT is one of our bigger businesses that's facing some of the inflation, but they've also done a really nice job in trying to mitigate best they can. I'm not ready to say inflation is flattened yet. We need to see more time to see what happens. We're anticipating more inflation in the second half, and we're just going to have to stay ahead of it.
But how do you stay ahead of it? Do you cut costs? Do you raise prices? I'm assuming you have pricing power here.
I think you have to use all those things. I think, number one is you have to stay cost conscious. Obviously, where you have to get price where you can. You have to manage your mix. That's something else we're doing in terms of availability and really driving the products that have a higher margin profile. All those levers we're using. We're also doing a lot of redesigns, particularly as with the semiconductor challenges that we've seen. We're doing a lot of redesign in some of our most popular product offerings as well. And so the operating environment has been quite challenging, but nevertheless, I'm very proud of all Honeywell employees in terms of how well they've managed through it.
I mean, that's interesting. Supply chain troubles mean you can't get chips, so you readjust so that you don't need as many chips. Is the supply chain issue, are the problems getting better or not?
I would say they're slightly getting better, but it's not that all chips are unavailable. It's that some chips are unavailable. And what we're really trying to manage is to work with our suppliers to figure out what chips are actually available versus which ones are not. And what we're doing is redesigning some of our offerings to the chips where there's much greater availability. So it's not sort of a catch-all. They're all unavailable. They're all available. It's this is part of the complexity and that we've been managing, I think, relatively well and trying to really serve our customers well at the same time.
I have seen a lot of the big multinationals complain about the strong dollar and talk about how that's going to hurt their earnings, talk about what it would have been without the dollar strength. I don't see that laid out here. You don't mention it once. Is it not a problem for you?
No, it's a problem for us, Becky. As a matter of fact, it's a 14-cent year-over-year headwind, and it's a nickel worse than we even anticipated at the beginning of the year. But kind of as Honeywell, we kind of take great pride in being able to operate through all environments. I mean, we had the perfect excuse to lower our numbers based on FX. We didn't do that. So in fact, our beat and raise that we're demonstrating here after the end of Q2 is actually much greater because we're also overcoming the impact of FX. It is a substantial headwind to the tune of 14 cents on a year-over-year basis.
Also, a big announcement coming today. Vimal Kapur, you're naming to President and Chief Operating Officer. Is that signaling that he will be your successor?
No, it is not. I mean, one of the things that I want to just convey, and I think as we talked about, the operating environment is very, very challenging. It's been incredibly challenging for the last 2.5 years between supply challenges, inflation, labor shortages, dealing with COVID issues, and frankly, we take a great pride in how we operate the business at Honeywell. That is something that we want to be known for and hopefully are known for. But what I've noticed is I spent so much time now on sort of the operational issues. I've been kind of into the detail, every detail in terms of what we do, that frankly, I probably have missed on doing some of the other things that a CEO should do, which is, business development, spending more time with customers, people development, strategy, some of these other things. And this will provide me the bandwidth to do some of these other things, which are also critical for the future of Honeywell. So it will give me a little bit more bandwidth. And frankly, Vimal has done a terrific job. He's ran 2 out of the 4 of our SBGs. He ran the Building Technologies SBG. He's done a terrific job in running our Performance Materials and Technologies business unit. And I think he's well served to do this job extraordinarily well.
Darius, thank you for the frank conversation. Thanks for being here on Earnings Day, and we appreciate it.